JetBlue Park at Fenway South as tonight the Red Sox welcome the Philadelphia Phillies as they continue their Grapefruit League action. Hi, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo, as always, joined by Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. We begin tonight with news and notes for the Red Sox. And the news late today that Stephen Drew has now been cleared for baseball activity after suffering the concussion well over a week ago. So that's certainly good news. And tonight, Jerry, Will Middlebrooks is in the lineup for the Red Sox. We got a taste of what he could do last year. Should be a fun year this year.
Well, we did. You know, last year, of course, he burst onto the scene, causing the Red Sox to trade Kevin Youkilis and played extremely well until he got hurt during the season. Now, they got a little scared early this spring when he took a swing at a pitch and that wrist appeared to bother him again, but he bounced right back. He was back taking batting practice the next day and has been in the lineup ever since and has been really playing well. Hitting over 300 this spring, playing very good defense. One thing he's worked on this spring is his defense. It seems to have improved some for him, and the fact is Middlebrooks is a huge part of this Red Sox lineup. They need him healthy all season long to provide some power in that lineup and also defense at third base.
Well, tonight the Red Sox welcome the Philadelphia Phillies. Of course, Shane Victorino has a chance to take on his old team, the Phils. They're in the house, and we're back with the first pitch from JetBlue right after this. Baseball on Nesson is presented to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online only at southwest.com.
Into JetBlue Park at Fenway South, the Red Sox baseball. Shane Victorino was like a kid in a candy store before the game today. He was taking batting practice with his new Red Sox teammates, but also greeting his former Phillies teammates. The Flying Hawaiian was a two-time Gold Glove winner, a three-time All-Star, and part of the World Series team in 2008 for the Phillies. But now he is the Red Sox right fielder. He's also batting second tonight, which brings up another thought. Don and Jerry were asking Sox fans to tweet their thoughts on the Sox batting order volatility using hashtag Sox batting. You know, with David Ortiz's injury being prolonged, some questions are arising with how they will arrange a batting order. So fans use hashtag Sox batting to share your thoughts.
Well, an interesting conversation, one we'll have throughout the night as well. We hope you'll join us as hashtag Sox batting tonight as Victorino and the Red Sox get ready to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. The visiting Phillies will use their batting order as the John Lackey gets ready tonight for his fourth start of the spring. He is 2-0 with an 8.10 earned run average, 6 2/3, 3 walks and 4 Ks. Opponents hitting at .320 so far against John Lackey during the spring. As you can tell, he is much slimmed down. Let's check out the visiting Philadelphia Phillies starting nine. Batting order is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Well, leading it off in center field, Ben Revere, the former Minnesota Twin, is in center with Pete Orr in right field batting second. Jimmy Rollins at shortstop third. Michael Young at third base in the cleanup spot with Lance Nix in left field. Carlos Ruiz does the catching with John Mayberry Jr. at first base. Freddie Galvis is at second base. He bats eighth. And Cole Hamels on the mound bats ninth. Ben Revere leading it off here for the Phillies as John Lackey ready with the first pitch of the game. And it's in there for strike one. And Ben Revere we saw in the outfield with the Minnesota Twins, as Revere not with the Twins anymore, nor is Denard Span, the guy that we saw in the outfield with the Twins. And we've seen a lot of the Twins and a lot of guys vying for the center field spot. 1-1 from Lackey. He is chopped softly towards second base. Pedroia, one down.
Let's take a look at the Red Sox defense. They've made 20 errors in 26 spring training games. Will Middlebrooks will be at third base. Jose Iglesias, the shortstop. Dustin Pedroia at second. And Mike Napoli, the first baseman. Left to right, Johnny Gomes, Jacoby Ellsbury, and Shane Victorino. And Jared Saltalamacchia doing the catching for John Lackey.
One down in the first inning for Pete Orr. He is 5 for 16 so far during the spring. He takes a pitch down and away from John Lackey.
Last time out for Lackey was against Tampa Bay. Got a win in that game, going 3 2/3. Did give up a couple of earned runs.
Orr puts it in the air, foul ground. Saltalamacchia and Middlebrooks give chase, but it's back and to the side of the Red Sox dugout. Salta getting the nod tonight, doing the catching. And John Lackey has had some good moments during spring training so far, as this one is grounded foul. Worked very hard during the offseason to get ready for this season, and even during the season last year. Comes back from Tommy John surgery and has not had any problems whatsoever from a physical standpoint during the spring. And check swing foul.
That's the second one down in Jamie Erdahl's direction. The first one was a fly ball, and she didn't even move. She was not intimidated at all. Watch this.
Wow.
That's close.
Dramatically close.
Matt, I kept my eye on that right until it hit.
A little too
Didn't
close.
have my glove with me, though, you know. I think Don stole it.
Bill Titus on his birthday right in front of Jamie Erdahl. This one grounded up the middle as Iglesias can't get it. Into center field, a one-out single for Pete Orr.
Well, about a 3-bouncer up the middle that Iglesias could not get to, and I think even if he gets it, he doesn't get Orr at first base. This ball not hit hard at all, just a little topper. You can see Iglesias ranging past second base, but cannot quite get the glove on it. Even if he does not get the man at first base.
One out, one on. And Jimmy Rollins, the batter, is taken off at the first pitch is Orr. The throw down is going to be safe at second base is Orr. And Saltalamacchia trying to make a good bid. A one hopper to second, but Orr gets into second base.
That's a very good throw by Saltalamacchia. There's the jump at first base. Not a real big lead by Orr. The head first slide, the throw right on the money, but Orr beats it for the stolen base. So very quickly the Phillies have a man in scoring position.
Now grounded foul down towards the Red Sox dugout. And Jimmy Rollins coming back from the World Baseball Classic and rejoining the Phillies. 3 for 12 so far during the spring in games that he's played with Philadelphia. Only 5 games. We will be heading to Clearwater where the Phillies train on Sunday for day baseball right here on Nesson as the Red Sox take on the Phils again.
And we're looking forward to that. That's a beautiful ballpark up there. About a 2.5-hour drive from Fort Myers.
Rollins will pop it up into shallow left. Gomes got a late break. And coming from shortstop, Iglesias can't catch it. Heading for third is Orr. He'll get there. Into second goes Rollins. Gomes started the wrong way, and by the time he came back on, what chance the Red Sox had was Jose Iglesias.
And Iglesias makes a very nice effort on this, but can't quite get to it. It's a high breaking ball. It actually jams Jimmy Rollins, but you see where Iglesias is. He's near second base, and really the only guy that had an opportunity at that was Johnny Gomes, but Gomes was not close to it. Pete Orr, who was at second base, had to really hold up. He wasn't sure that ball was going to be caught or not, so he cannot score. But it is second and third with one out.
Now Michael Young standing in on the right side with second and third and one away. He is 16 for 58 so far during the spring. The former Texas Ranger, who's starting over here at the Philadelphia Phillies. Seems so strange to see him in a Phillies uniform, but here he is. 19 games during the spring at 276. Mentioned the 16 for 58 so far for Young. On the ground softly towards Pedroia at second. He's got one play. It's at first. And a run will score for the Philadelphia Phillies. Pete Orr in from third base, and the Phils take a 1-0 advantage.
Of course, at this stage of the ball game, early in the game, the Red Sox playing the infield back, trying to protect against allowing 2 runs. And Michael Young gets the ground ball to second base to get the run home. Pretty strange and embarrassing moment for me today. Michael Young, who we've known for years, walked by the dugout, said hello, and I just couldn't
place him.
Couldn't recognize him in a Phillies uniform.
I turned around. You looked at me. I looked at you. I said, Michael Young. And you, hey, how you doing? Now, it is weird to see him in a Phillies uniform.
Very strange.
Such a successful producer for the Texas Rangers for a long time. Second base, shortstop, third base. And just kept kind of taking positions away from him from guys that are coming up through the system and moving around over the years, and one of the leaders in the Rangers clubhouse. And it'll be strange to go to Texas and not see Michael Young.
And he's been a very good player for a long time.
Jimmy Rollins at third base with 2 down, and this one fouled off by Lance Nix, the former Texas Ranger. The Phillies are 11-12 so far during the spring. The Red Sox 13-12. And tonight the left-hander on the mound for the Phillies, Cole Hamels, who's not yet been beat during the spring. He's been terrific, 2-0 with a 0.90 earned run average. 0-2 is towards Pedroia. He's been busy here in the first, and Dustin's tossed to first in plenty of time. And the Phillies strike first. Leading off for the Red Sox is going to be Jacoby Ellsbury. The Phillies on top of the Red Sox as we head to the bottom of the first inning. And to check out the Red Sox starting 9, their lineup is brought to you by New England Chevy Dealers. Jacoby Ellsbury in center field with Shane Victorino, the former Philadelphia Philly, in right field. Dustin Pedroia at second base with Mike Napoli at first base. Bill Middlebrooks at third with Johnny Gomes at left. Jared Saltalamacchia does the catching. Daniel Nava, who's been playing a lot of first base, is the DH in tonight's game, batting 8th. And Jose Iglesias at shortstop. Hamels on the mound tonight for the Phillies. Fourth start of the spring. Mentioned his numbers terrific. 2-0 with a 0.90 earned run average. 7 Ks to 1 walk. And Hamels getting the start tonight. Last season, 17 wins for him. He was 17-6 a year ago for the Phillies. He's never been a 20-game winner, but into double figures in wins in each of the last 7 seasons for the Phillies. And last year, the most wins that he's had in any year, these 17 victories, a 3.05 ERA. There's a liner that is caught at second base by Galvis for the first out.
Let's take a look at the Phillies defense tonight. Michael Young will be at third base. Jimmy Rollins, the shortstop. Freddie Galvis at second, and John Mayberry Jr. at first base. Left to right, Lance Nix, Ben Revere, and Pete Orr, and Carlos Ruiz doing the catching for Cole Hamels.
One down here in the bottom of the first inning, and Shane Victorino, the batter. .143 in 8 games for Victorino, back from the WBC. Victorino, 987 of his first 1,076 career Major League games were with the Philadelphia Phillies. In the air down the right field line and foul ground, that'll make its way into the seats. Victorino had become a Philly after being selected in the 2004 Rule 5 draft. Spent parts of 8 seasons with the Phillies, and see the numbers for him as a Philly. 2-time National League All-Star, 09 and 2011. We'll say a little blue, shallow right. Up goes Galvis into the slide to make the catch in the outfield for the second out. This play by Freddie Galvis.
Now Galvis covering a lot of ground in a hurry. Little pop-up down that line, and he gets it all in the webbing of the glove, then goes into the slide.
So 2 down here in the first inning. Victorino still all smiles as there's a chance to take on his old team for the first time.
All smiles in spring training, but not during the season.
Dustin Pedroia hitting at .297 so far in 13 spring training games. The Red Sox facing some good competition tonight in Cole Hamels.
Cole Hamels will be hitting for himself in this game, even though they're in an American League ballpark. He will be taking his at-bats, trying to get ready for, of course, the National League season. So he may get 2 in this game, 2 at-bats.
Yeah, generally in the American League parks, DH, National League parks, pitcher can hit. 3-0 pitches in there for strike, and it's 3-1. Tonight we got a little bit of both. Pedroia will take the walk with 2 down in the inning. Are you the leader of a group of 20 or more? If so, a Red Sox game at Fenway Park is the ideal place for your next outing. Call 617-226-6835 to plan the perfect trip today. In fact, do it right now because people are standing by to take your call as we speak. There's a lot of groups here tonight at JetBlue Park at Fenway South, and great time to enjoy a group at the ballpark. These fans battling the sun right now for a little while longer as it sets off to the left here at JetBlue Park.
Well, this day started off very cool this morning, but turned into a beautiful afternoon down here in Southwest Florida.
Here's Mike Napoli, who takes ball 1. A little bit of rain here during the week, early on in the week.
Yes, we did. As long as we've been coming down here, this has probably been the coolest spring that I can remember.
It is.
Not that it's been cold by any means, but good cut there by Napoli and a changeup. 81 miles an hour from Hamels.
Napoli 8 for 25 so far during the spring as they hold on Pedroia at first base. Napoli with 2 home runs so far during spring training. And He has exclusively been at first base, and that appears the way the regular season will go for Napoli as well. Seems his catching days are over, at least in a Red Sox uniform. He'll be exclusively at first. 1-2 is just going to miss, and it's 2-2. Pretty good pitch.
I think maybe Napoli might even be surprised if that was not called a strike. Looked like it had the inside corner. But Napoli gets another shot. Looks like back inside with the fastball.
Charlie Manuel back at the helm of the Philadelphia Phillies. And the Phils with expectations this season, as always, have undergone a great many changes heading into the year, but hoping for a big year. Is taken off his Pedroia. Napoli lifted out to left center. Ben Revere is back there in plenty of time to make the catch. That ends the inning. Third one here from JetBlue Park on a nice night. Nothing. Phillies on top of the Red Sox. We were talking about fans coming out in groups last half inning. If you're thinking about it, these are some of the games you may want to consider. The Red Sox at home on the 8th to begin the home schedule in 2013. A series with the O's that takes them through the 11th. The Rays are in 12th through the 15th. And, of course, the 15th, the Patriots Day. Early start, 11 a.m. at Fenway Park. Quick trip to Cleveland, then back home again to take on the Kansas City Royals. So look at a bit of April for you if you're looking to book your group. Red Sox home for a lot of April coming up to begin the year. And we roll into the second inning. Carlos Ruiz leads it off with a swing and a miss. Ruiz, the catcher, so far on the spring is 5 for 18, hitting a .278. That's in there for another strike, 1-2. Share your thoughts on John Lackey so far this spring and what you've seen of John Lackey.
Well, the games we've had, Don, he's been very good. I mean, his velocity seems to have increased since the beginning of spring training. Right now, that fastball somewhere between 88 and 91 miles an hour. He's been throwing more of his secondary pitches his last couple of outings. John Farrell will be on with us a little bit later in the broadcast, and curious to find out how he feels about the starting pitching. All in all, I think it's been very good this spring.
It has been in the games that we have seen. John Lester has been exceptional. Clay Buchholz has been very good. And as you mentioned, John Farrell will be joining us. He'll be along in the 4th inning. For those of you joining us on Nesson Plus tonight. 2-2 to Ruiz, kind of gets jammed and flips it down the right field line. Long run for Victorino, runs out of room. And well back into the seats down the right field line. Well, tonight it has been the combination for the Red Sox of Ellsbury and Pedroia up top of the lineup, but Shane Victorino mixed in between. But it'll be interesting to see, Jerry. We've talked a lot about the Red Sox starting lineup this year and what it's going to look like. And certainly with the absence of David Ortiz, very different from the way the Red Sox would like to have it look opening day. This one, again, will make its way foul.
You know, Don, I don't even think John Farrell knows right now what the opening day, well, what the lineup's going to look like on a consistent basis without David Ortiz in there. The Red Sox have been hit by the injury bug, of course, with a couple of their starting players, David Ortiz and Stephen Drew, as you can see. Of course, Greg Breslow with a shoulder problem. Franklin Morales, two lefties they expected to be in the bullpen. Both guys have been hurt most of the spring. So those are the notable names that have not participated much in spring training at all.
And the good news is Stephen Drew is going to start baseball activity again, as he has cleared everything that he needed to, and that included a trip to Pittsburgh to get checked out once again after passing the Major League Baseball online test, and then he went to get it checked out just to further the situation, make himself feel better about it, and he has been cleared to do so. So that's certainly good news. This is on the ground by the mound of the backhand. Pedroia up and throwing for the first out of the inning.
Now, Pedroia's been very, very busy here early in the ball game. That is the fourth ground ball that he has gotten this game, and his best play yet. He goes sliding on his knees right there. He's able to pop up and has plenty of time to make that throw to first base. Also a good sign that John Lockey is getting some ground ball outs.
3 in a row now, and 4 so far in the game for the Red Sox right-hander. There's John Mayberry Jr., first base for the Phillies, who takes ball 1. 235 in 22 spring training games. A big swing and a miss. John Mayberry Jr., 29 years of age. Set career highs in games, doubles, walks, and total bases a year ago, 107 starts. As he fouls this one off Saltalamacchia. And a total of 14 home runs, 46 runs batted in last year. He's played parts of 4 years with the Philadelphia Phillies.
Of course, his dad, one-time big leaguer and a big leaguer. He was a very big guy, very tall, stocky. Junior a little bit leaner than his dad.
On the ground left side, Iglesias has got it. Throw is in plenty of time. Nice throw by Iglesias. 2 down. 7 Sports, 450 acres. IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida is giving you the opportunity to train like a pro. Go to NESN.com/IMG for your chance to win a free week of youth sports camp. Now 2 down here in the second inning, 4 in a row. Retired by Lackey, and Freddie Galvis coming up here for the Phils. He is the Phillies' second baseman. Games so far during the spring. He is 15 for 56, the breakdown. This one foul back to the screen. Galvis last year, his first year in the big leagues with the Phillies. Played 58 games with the Phils, hitting at .226 a year ago. Fractured vertebrae at one point last year and missed a lot of the season. Mitchell miss outside. It's 3-1. the St. Louis in June and spent the rest of the year on the DL for the Phillies. Golf should foul, and the count is full. Hamill, as we mentioned earlier, will be batting for himself tonight as he waits on deck. The Phillies pitcher. Now towards right center, some solid contact, and that'll get down and head towards the triangle. Galvis is headed for second and thinking three, and why not? That's how it's dug out by Ellsbury, and the triangle standing at third base easily as Galvis with two down in the inning. Sent to the deepest part of JetBlue Park.
Now, that's one of the few pitches that has been elevated by Lackey so far in this game. See what the location is? It's up around the letters, and Galvis gets on top of it and rides it to the 420. Anytime the ball's hitting that area, you're thinking about the possibility of an inside-the-park home run. He's going hard until the third base coach puts the brakes on.
Cole Hamill stands in and takes strike one. He's got a run in the first now, threatening here in the second, as that'll miss outside. He was a 169 hitter in 7 years as a hitter. And he looks at strike three to end the inning. So Lackey strikes out the opposing pitcher that ends the inning. It's a runner at third base. The Phillies have a 1-0 lead. Spring training baseball message is brought to you by George's Furniture. George's is your official beauty rest headquarters and official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Bottom of the second inning back at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Phillies have a 1-0 advantage over the Red Sox. And at the bottom of the second, we go. Cole Hamill's back on the mound. Beautiful night here tonight in Southwest Florida. Things are winding down here. It's amazing that we have about a week to go before we get back north into New York to get it started. It's been a very long spring because of the World Baseball Classic, and I think most guys are ready to go play the Yankees at Yankee Stadium, open the season up. We'll keep your tweets coming in tonight. Hashtag Sox batting as we talk about what the order should look like in your eyes. And we'll certainly discuss that tonight as Will Middlebrooks leads it off in the second inning. Interesting conversation as to where Johnny Gomes should hit and as what. As he waits on deck, a situation for Gomes. You have a guy that can play left field, but maybe you have him DH if David Ortiz is, and we know, will not be ready for opening day. And There's some that feel Johnny Gomes was at his best in Tampa Bay when he's in the number 2 spot, which is tough to imagine because he's not a guy that makes a great deal of contact at times.
I know, that was kind of a strange thing, wasn't it, when we heard that come out, that the possibility of Gomes sitting in that 2nd spot.
This is in the air to deep left center field, and that ball is going to be up and off the wall in center field. And into second base goes Middlebrooks. Kind of like that twilight time here tonight right now. And the ball gets up there, and into second base goes Middlebrooks.
Well, do we know how to do an open or what? I mean, we do the open on Will Middlebrooks, and what does he do? First at bat, a double off that screen out there on the left field wall. Middlebrooks hitting .313 coming into the game, and hit that ball a long way. He's had a good spring.
Well, as we mentioned, we got to see him last year, and we wondered what it'd be like to see him in a full season after what he was able to accomplish last year in such a short period of time. And he's 100% healthy now, feels good, and he's had a great spring. Comes in and hitting at .313 in tonight's action. He's got a double out of the gate. They're in the 2nd inning, and here's Johnny Gomes. Gomes at .294 so far during the spring. He is 10 for 34. And a liner to left field, a base hit. Middlebrooks to be stopped at third base by Brian Butterfield as Nix gets it back in quickly, but Johnny Gomes with a base hit. A good start to the 2nd inning for the Red Sox.
All right, Johnny Gomes catches a changeup that stays up in the zone. They wanted that ball down and away, but it stays high enough. Gomes able to stay back long enough to put it on the line to left field, and of course that line drive right directly at Nix in left field, and that has to hold Middlebrooks at third base.
So 1st and 3rd, nobody out. And Jared Saltalamacchia, the batter, at .313. He's 10 for 32 so far during the spring. One of the things about the Red Sox lineup that at times Terry Francona really did not want to do was have both catchers in the lineup. John Farrell said he doesn't have a problem having both catchers in there, whether David Ross may DH one night or Saltalamacchia or vice versa.
Well, if something happened, they always have Mike Napoli they can fall back on. They prefer not to do that. They don't want to put him behind the plate. But that's one of the reasons they can DH a guy like Saltalamacchia and have David Ross catch, because they do have the third guy in Napoli that can always go back there. But again, I think it's something that John Farrell would like to stay away from.
'25th pitch of the outing for Cole Hamels. And it's line to left. Nix has got it in his sights, makes the catch, is tagging at third. Bluffing is Middlebrooks. And a good throw from left field for Nix. And I think Middlebrooks didn't go, he'd be out.
And he did everything right, Nix, out in left field. The ball was on the line. He got himself in good position. Watch how he gets himself momentum going toward home plate. Backs up, comes in a couple of steps, catches it on the line. And with nobody out at that time, and that being the first out, you're not going to take a chance on sending Middlebrooks on a line drive that shallow. 2 hops into the catcher to Weeze. Well played out there by Nix.
One down, 1st and 3rd here for the Red Sox, and here's Daniel Nava. Trey, based on how much we've seen Nava, the Red Sox are giving him a very good long look here during the spring. He's playing every day.
Yeah, they sure are. They're giving him a look, I think, a couple of reasons. A switch hitter, which they love to have. Very patient at the plate, generally. And the fact that he's been able to make a transition to go over and play a little first base makes him a very, very valuable guy. A guy that they can put in the outfield and at first base. So he has got a very long look.
And he's produced, hitting at .333 so far during the spring. Realizing this is a great opportunity for him, this versatility bid for him at first base, and he's handled first base pretty well as he takes a look at strike one. A guy that John Farrell could consider batting second in the Red Sox lineup. Miss, and it's a ball and a strike now to Nava. Long look down to Brian Butterfield in the third base coach's box. Red Sox have first and third. Brooks at third. Gomes cross the diamond at first. Outside for ball 2.
Handles again with that changeup. He's got a very good one, and he's trying to get one down in a way that Nava will try to hook. And hook hit right to Jimmy Rollins at shortstop to get a double play and get it out of the inning. This changeup again, though, is too far outside.
That's outside as well, and it is 3-1. On deck, Jose Iglesias batting out of the number 9 spot. I think Hamels were pretty tough. Not only facing him as little as the Red Sox have the chance to do, whether be an interleague player or not, one of the game's best pitchers.
He's just got good stuff. I mean, he's not overpowering with his fastball, but does have a very good one. He has that excellent changeup, a good breaking ball. Fierce competitor.
His 30th pitch of the night to Daniel Nava. He's swing and a miss. Nava was all geared up, and he foul tips at full count.
See, that's what happens, Don. You see so many changeups from a guy like Hamels. Then he throws the fastball. It's 88, but he throws it by Daniel Nava because you're so accustomed to seeing that off-speed pitch.
It sounded like it too.
Down the right field line, foul, and we'll do it again, 3-2.
Yeah, once again, Danny.
You're that close?
Yeah, we're tight. We're pretty tight. Nava late on the fastball again that time on the 3-2 count. Yeah, Danny and I go way back.
He was a very likable guy, though, Daniel Nava.
Yes, he is.
But I've never called him Danny. I've never had the urge to call him Danny.
I just did.
Yes. Double to begin the inning for Middlebrooks. Single for Gomes before the flyout by Saltalamacchia. 3-2 now. And Nava a grounded foul towards the Red Sox dugout. One thing he has done is turn in some very good at-bats and lengthy at-bats. Taking a lot of pitches foul, a lot of pitches off. Hamels here is now throwing 32 pitches. 3-2 is to left center field. Nick's on the run. Will get there to make the catch. This time Middlebrooks will try it and score to tie the game at 1 aside. Sac fly for Daniel Nava. Is a pretty good at bat. As he gets the Red Sox first run of the night, we're tied at 1.
Now that time, no chance for Knicks to make a play at home plate. This ball hit in the gap. And Nava, who did have a very good at bat, does a good job staying back on the off-speed pitch, puts it on the line. Knicks does make the catch, but Middlebrooks able to score easily with the first run of the night for the Red Sox. That's the first RBI of the spring for Daniel Nava.
2 down, Gomes at first, and a snap throw to first is not going to be in time. Dug out by Mayberry Jr. Unfortunate, Ruiz did not throw that ball away. A ball in the dirt. As they're trying to nab Gomes off first base. Lacey is golfing it foul off to the right, and it's 0-2. 46 during the spring, hitting at .217. Grabs his attention with a pitch up.
A lot of times Hamels will come back with a changeup down and away after that fastball up and in. Good 0-2. Hamels.
1-2. He fights it off foul to the end of the Red Sox dugout.
And he goes right back inside with a slider that time. And Iglesias able to foul it off.
To center, and Ben Revere out there for the Phils. The Red Sox have tied up the game. We are through 2 from beautiful JetBlue Park at Fenway South.
Welcome back to JetBlue Park at Fenway South. We are all tied up at 1 heading into the top of the 3rd. Major League Baseball has announced opening day plans to a tribute to honor the victims and families of the Sandy Hook elementary tragedy back in December. The Red Sox and the Yankees opening day game will feature players wearing commemorative ribbons and a moment of silence together to honor the families. Ribbon will be painted on the field in front of both dugouts at the request of Major League Baseball Commissioner Bud Selig.
Well, certainly that tragedy will never be the same after that, and nice gesture by Major League Baseball to once again remember, as certainly a lot of different organizations have during the offseason in both the NBA and in college basketball. And Red Sox and the Yankees coming together to do so on opening day. This one is one hopper sharply hit at Iglesias, and his bullet of a throw to first base in plenty of time. Forget how good an arm he's got.
Yeah, he likes to show it off too, because he really didn't have to fire it that hard to first base. This ball hit very hard, plays the bounce beautifully right there, and then boom, lets it go to first base. That is a plus arm, as they say.
Plus, that's I would plus. Say.
Yes.
I'd give it a double plus.
It's like Nesson plus. I mean, yes. that's plus.
Nesson plus. Went out in the 3rd inning. That has become terminology used by all scouts now. If you have a good arm,
you have a plus arm.
You have a plus arm. It's not a good arm. It is a plus arm. One down here in the 3rd for Pete Orr. Singled, stole a base, and scored the Phillies' run in the 1st inning. And a bunt bid down the 3rd baseline by Orr, and coming is Middlebrooks for the throw. It is going to be just in time. Nice play by Will Middlebrooks. Played it perfectly as Orr got down the line very well.
Yeah, he really did. The only opportunity he had right there to make that play is the way he did it with the bare hand. Squaring around a little bit early was Orr on that one, and that kind of helped Middlebrooks get a jump coming in toward home plate. You see him playing well off the line, bare hands it, comes across the body, and just gets Orr at first base. I think, if Orr holds that a little bit longer without giving it away, probably has himself a base hit.
Rollins takes strike 1 from Lackey. John Lackey looking for his first 1-2-3 inning of the night. Gave up a run in the 1st, left a base runner at 3rd base in the 2nd. the ground and diving at first is Napoli. He'll flip to Lackey, who covers him indeed. The 1-2-3 second inning. Some good D turned in by the Red Sox. 3 ground ball outs for Lackey. And some nice help behind him from Mike Napoli. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball in Destin is brought to you in part by Bob's Discount Furniture. You score extreme quality, choice, and value at Bob's Discount Furniture in-store and online at mybobs.com. I want to remind you, John Farrell will be joining us next inning in the top half of the 4th inning, and we'll have a chance to talk to the manager. Things have been extremely quiet so far in spring training. I think you'll agree, Jerry, is when you ready for the last week of the spring, really things have gone very, very well. They have, with the exception, of a couple of injuries, the one we talked about earlier to Drew, and of course David Ortiz not being ready yet to get in the lineup, but things have gone very well. But those are 2 key players that the Red Sox, may not start the season with. Well, Jacoby Ellsbury leading it off here in the inning as he takes strike 1. Ellsbury, Victorino, and Pedroia. This one is grounded towards second base. Galvis to his right fires to first for the out, and Ellsbury retired. For fans, now's your chance to win a 2-year lease of the luxurious all-wheel drive Buick LaCrosse and an Essent fan experience of your choice. Visit experiencebuicksweepstakes.com by April 30th to register for a chance to win and get details on how to receive a $50 gift card for test driving any new Buick. Any good fan experience usually includes visiting Jerry Remy in the broadcast booth, so I imagine that's on the list. One out in the 3rd inning for Shane Victorino. Seems strange tonight, Jerry. It's just you and me. There's you and there's me. Yeah. And there's us. And there's 9 innings of baseball. Well, there's you, and then there's me. Do the best we can. We'll try to do what we can. One out here in the 3rd inning. Shane Victorino facing his former team. I know we talked on the phone quite a bit the last couple of days. You've been pretty sick. I know. Yes. I'm glad you're feeling better tonight than you have been over the last few days. Thank you. Yeah, a little bit of allergies kicking in here down during spring training. I think that's what it is. I just got a cold. It could be a cold. Yep. Might be the end. We don't really know. This one is. You never know. Things progress very quickly with me. You think it's a cold, next thing you know, it's all over. Mr. Optimist. Yes. Yeah, very, very positive. Yeah. So, but doing better. It's now moved into my chest, which is actually better than what it was. It's usually the natural transition for a cold. Yes. It starts up in your head and ends up in your chest. And you get pneumonia. And then it's all over. Deep short. Well, it's with a long throw. It's plenty of time to get Victorino. There's 2 down in the inning. Yeah, we saw Iglesias show off his arm a little while ago. Now Jimmy Rollins does the same thing. Maybe not quite the same strength in the throwing arm, but gets himself in very good position. Plants that back foot. Nice over the top. Straight throw to first base to get the out. Rollins has been doing it for a long time. The 2 down here in the 3rd inning for Dustin Pedroia. He walked back in the 1st inning. Opposite field and in for a base hit. Pedroia on for the 2nd time tonight.
Now, we talked about the lineup a lot, you know, so far, and Pedroia, of course, tonight in that 3 spot where we may see quite a bit of him early in the season. Tonight, the walk, now the opposite field base hit. They wanted that pitch away. It did not get away. It stayed inside. You see where the catch is set up, but the ball did stay inside. But Pedroia, with the inside-out swing, still shoots to the opposite field for the 2-out single.
Popped up. These guys busy.
Well, that's true, Don, and I asked a couple of them about their March Madness brackets before the game because they can't help but guess who's going to win the Final Four in the NCAA Championship. And Mike Napoli told me that he filled out 8 brackets. He had a couple different variations of Final Four, but he always picked Miami to win because he is from Fort Lauderdale and he is a longtime fan.
8 different brackets is quite a bit. You make a lot of different combinations.
Yeah, I don't really get all that.
8 different brackets.
I don't get involved in it, and because I don't understand all the brackets and all that stuff, and I really don't get wrapped up into it until kind of right toward the end.
So you have trouble following the bracket? Is it? It's relatively easy, actually. It's not that challenging. Have you really spent much time on it? No.
No, I haven't.
And it's really not that hard.
And seeing I don't have many friends at all, who would I get into a bracket with?
Well, you have like 3 or 4 people that call you friends.
Yeah.
But it's not much fun if you're only playing with 3 or 4 other people. I mean, you need more people. You don't have to have friends at all. You can play online.
Really?
Yeah, and have like fake friends, pretend friends. So it's something to think about. But really, I mean, once you look at the bracket, it's very simple. One team plays another team, and the team that loses goes home, and the team that wins moves on. And then you can follow along. It's really, and then there's 2 teams at the end. There's a Final Four weekend.
That's when I get it. I get it when it comes down to the Final Four. Yeah.
3-2 is a swing and a miss. Napoli down by way of the K to end the inning. As we mentioned, John Farrell will be with us when we come back to JetBlue Park. Score tied 1-1 as we head to the top half of the 4th inning back at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. And it's an honor to have with us tonight John Farrell from the Red Sox dugout. And John, how's the spring gone for you so far? It seems like it has been a very quiet spring so far.
It has, Don. You know, it's been workmanlike. It's been businesslike. I can't say enough about the concentration and the focus that veteran players have come into this camp, whether they've been signed over the offseason or returning players. I think we've had a very productive spring training here.
John, talking about the starting pitching, I mean, you have to be very pleased with the way things have gone to this point in the spring. I mean, all 5 of your starting pitchers have really pitched well this spring training.
They have, Jerry. You know, I think the biggest thing is not only the consistency, but to a man, whether it's been a slight adjustment that either John Lester or Clay Buchholz have tried to incorporate, or just trying to speed up the overall tempo and the rhythm of the game, they've gotten some positive results that's, I think, helped reinforce the things that we're trying to do with them. But each night out, every guy has done a very good job controlling the game.
Seems like every manager is worried about injuries in spring training, and certainly the Stephen Drew situation. I'll ask you about that. But also David Ortiz, who had, of course, the injury coming in to this spring. Where is he at this stage?
The last 3 days, he's taken some swings in the cage. He's going through his daily treatment, his daily conditioning program. And I think the best way to describe it with David is he'll be back in the lineup as soon as he's ready. We're hopeful that it's not too deep into the month of April, but we've got to go based on what his tolerance and his intensity level can be.
This one to short. Iglesias' throw is in time, and just getting the foot down was Napoli. Raleigh makes the play. Your thoughts on Mike Napoli around the bag at first base so far during the spring, John?
Well, even with the headlong dive the last inning to record the final out, he's done a great job. I mean, you think about the amount of work that he's done with Brian Butterfield in the early part of camp when he wasn't able to get into game action. It served him well. And I think the one thing that shows is you see how far off the base he can get against a right-handed hitter. I think that tells the confidence that he has in the positioning around the bag. His footwork has been very good. And this is a very good athlete. Some people might overlook the fact that this guy's a former catcher, but when you think about the overall athleticism, he's done a very good job and transitioned almost seamlessly.
John, the question that's been wearing you out all spring training, and I have to ask it for our fans back home again, is Jackie Bradley Jr. The kid is something special, and, right now people want to know, is he going to break camp with the club? Is he not? I mean, does that depend on your roster, what it looks like the last couple of days of spring training?
Jerry, we're gonna let this thing play out all the way through the end. And to his credit, to Jackie's credit, he's come in with a quiet confidence. He's been all ears and eyes. He's not only does he play the game the right way, and for a young player, very polished. He's extremely respectful, and you can't say enough about the consistency that he's shown in the 45 or 50 at bats he's gotten to date.
Has he done anything that surprised you during the spring that you didn't know about him coming in?
Honestly, no. I think, just the fact that he's gotten into some of these the major league environment. And I know it's spring training, but, whether it's been good left-handed pitching that he's faced, his approach hasn't changed. Days where he's been maybe a little bit tired than some other days, where the swing has gotten a little bit long on a rare occasion. He hasn't vacated his approach at the plate, and it's a disciplined approach, but he's got a pretty good idea what pitchers are trying to do to him at a very early stage.
A double by Lance Nix with one out. John Farrell kind enough to join us from the dugout. You mentioned Brian Butterfield earlier, and we've watched him every day, and he is a tireless worker, it appears. How important was it to bring him over from Toronto with you, John?
It was very important. And fortunately, he was able to make the move to come here along with Torey Lovello from Toronto. But Brian's, his reputation around the league is one of the better, not only third base coaches, but infield instructors. He's gotten a lot of quality work with individuals as well as the entire infield. In this first spring training here. And the energy that he brings every day, he's somewhat the life of the staff room, and certainly can lighten up a clubhouse with some of the things that, he's not only just a quality instructor, but a guy that's very lighthearted and keeps things upbeat and up-tempo and very positive.
I have one last question about Butterfield. When does he sleep, John?
Yeah, when is that?
You know what? The night games kill him, because I can tell you this.
The turnaround's quick to be here at 3:30.
Yeah, and 3:30 is right on. There's mornings he's in here, the first day he was locked out and he's beating on every door trying to get in the ballpark, and I think they finally just relented and gave him a key to the front door so he can get in here at all hours of the night. But when we play a day game, he's lights out by probably 6:45.
Well, he talked about the starting pitching. How about the bullpen? You had some decisions to make there. It seems like you've got a very strong bullpen with a lot of guys with decisions to be made here down the last week.
Well, we do. And right now, as it stands, barring any additional injuries, we have 8 relievers for 7 spots. And much like we talked about the Jackie Bradley situation going down to this last 8 or 9 days, the same will take place with that bullpen. And the one added or one number over the limit that we are right now. But, it's a group that's talented. We've got some power arms late in the game, and I think one of the things that kind of gets overlooked is the resurgence of Andrew Bailey, the way he's throwing the ball. His secondary stuff is sharp, it's crisp, the velocity has come back to the normal levels, and we've got a chance to not only match up, but keep some balls out of play with some strikeouts.
There's a grounder left side to Iglesias, who'll fire to first, and that is out number 2. I want to ask you lastly, for me anyway, about John Lackey. I mean, we saw him around. I know you weren't here last year, but he's a guy that traveled the team all last year, worked very hard after the Tommy John surgery, worked very hard, obviously, by looking at him, the weight that he's lost. And so far during this spring, your thoughts on John Lackey?
He's been very consistent. Typically guys coming back from Tommy John, you're going to see some wide ranges in arm strength, and the velocity may fluctuate at times, but he's been very consistent. He's not had to take any additional days for side work in between starts. He's been mainstreamed with all the other starters as far as the pitch progression and the build-up. It's been very positive, and a lot of credit goes to him and the time and effort that he's put into the rehab. It can be a lonely process, but along the way, we're seeing the benefits of all the hard work that he's put in. So I said in the offseason, I think he has a chance to impact our team as much as anybody, and the way the spring has gone, he might very well be in that position.
Well, John, we thank you very much. Congratulations on what's been a very good spring. Good luck as we get it started next week.
Okay, appreciate it, guys.
John Farrell joining us from the Red Sox dugout with 2 outs here in the 4th inning, and John Mayberry Jr. taking a strike from Lackey. It really has been a very quiet camp and very well run. You can tell it's a very veteran coaching staff coming in with John Farrell. Things have been very quiet down here, but very businesslike. And players have reacted very well. The clubhouse appears to be in very good shape heading into the season. One pitch is sent foul off to the right. And this is not to rehash things from last year, Jerry, but at this point last year, things had already started to get a little unsettled in the Red Sox clubhouse and the way things were beginning last year.
Well, it was a tough beginning. There's no question about that. We all knew that from the day we got down here, actually, last year. And I go back to saying I don't care who came in last year. It was going to be a difficult assignment following Tito, who had been here for so long. It was going to be new stuff, something new, a new person, getting to know a new personality. And that was going to be difficult for all those guys.
Line to center. Ellsbury has got it. Bill of the cap high to end the inning. Our thanks to John Farrell being with us in the inning. Lackey gets through 4. Red Sox and Phillies. MLB.TV Premium today and watch over 150 select live spring training games, plus every regular season game is live or on demand on over 250 mobile and connected devices. Visit RedSox.com for details. It appears John Lackey's night is over as he gets through 4 innings, giving up 1 run. As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, and the numbers for Lackey tonight: 4 innings, 4 hits, the 1 run. He didn't walk anybody, struck out a batter at 63 pitches. Lackey working tonight for the Red Sox, and Red Sox also have Andrew Miller and Andrew Bailey on the list tonight, the pitchers that we could see in the ball game in this spring training game against the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Lackey may come out for one more. I don't see anybody loosening in the Red Sox bullpen right now.
There's a pop-up sending Galvis ducking back to short right. And he'll make the catch in front of Pete Orr for the first out of the fourth inning. Down for Johnny Gomes. Gomes is single to left field in the second inning. It's one of 3 Boston hits in the game. As Cole Hamels back out there for the fourth inning, he has also surrendered a run and is off the leadoff double by Will Middlebrooks. Eventually Nava will hit a sac fly to supply the Red Sox with their only run of the night. And there for a strike to Gomes. The Red Sox hits the double by Middlebrooks. Gomes with a single, and Pedroia also with a single off Cole Hamels tonight. It's been tough generating offense against Hamels. Two is a swing and a miss, and Gomes strikes out. A tough at bat for Gomes against Hamels. Kept him off balance the entire time. Second K for Hamels.
Breaking ball this time. Curveball from Hamels to pick up a strikeout. A pretty good one, too. It starts out about letter high, ends up about ankle high. And Gomes, who had the base hit back in the second inning, this time the strikeout victim on the breaking ball.
Saltalamacchia flied out to left his first time up as he takes a look at strike one. Now joining us later on in the game, top of the seventh inning, Red Sox general manager Ben Cherington will be along. As I've already talked to John Farrell tonight, and Ben Cherington will be with us. Fans offering their thoughts. Hashtag Sox batting tonight. Not a bad 5 right there. They suggested 0-2. Saltalamacchia strikes out. Hamels has an impressive 1, 2, 3, 4th inning we played for from JetBlue Park.
There isn't much time left for fans to get down here to enjoy spring training, but if you're looking for the best way to get to the Cape this summer, it has to be the new Cape Flyer. Summer weekend train service from Boston to Hyannis. Getting to the Cape has never been so easy. For information, go to capeflyer.com or call 508-775-8504.
John Lackey back on the hill after 4 innings, giving him 1 run, more in him as he's thrown 63 pitches on the night and extends into the 5th. Freddie Galvis, the pitcher spot, and on the top of the order, Ben Revere anticipated in the inning. And looks like Cole Hamels has come out on deck, so the pitcher will bat for the second time tonight. And Lackey ready to work here in the 5th inning. Galvis tripled in the 2nd inning out to the triangle in right center. And there for a strike over the inside corner. John Lackey healthy perhaps for the first time since he was a member of the Angels, and some of the Red Sox hoping that that will pay dividends this year. A very good spring for him as he misses there, 3-1. Let's go back to being the workhorse that he was in his years with the Angels. On the ground to his left is Iglesias for the first out of the 5th inning. We were talking about tweeting tonight here at the ballpark. Fans have been kind enough to send stuff in. And for more, here's Jamie Erdahl.
Yeah, let's jump back into the social media conversation. I know you love being a part of it, Don. The Red Sox are dealing with 4 major injuries right now. David Ortiz's Achilles, Craig Breslow and Franklin Morales, both hurlers dealing with injuries, and Steven Drew's concussion. Let's use the hashtag SoxMoves to tell us what you think the Sox should do with opening day roster and those 4 major injuries.
All right, Jamie, thank you very much. Again, hashtag SoxMoves. Cole Hamels batting with 1 out in the inning, and Hamels takes a hack, fouls it back to the screen.
What'd you tweet out today, Don? That
today I asked what fans thought we should wear for shirts. I had the 3 shirts that we have left, the 2 Red Sox shirts, the red one, the blue one, and then the black one that we went with. And most fans said the charcoal shirt, so here we are, the charcoal shirt. I'd like to thank everybody who did contribute on that. So.
They really did pick this shirt?
They really did. Most people picked this shirt for us. I don't know why. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was slimming. This is the short. Nice pick by Iglesias. Has time and fires to get Hamels. So we might as well go ahead right now because we have 2 games in the next 3 nights. We have Pittsburgh on Saturday, and then Sunday we are in Philadelphia. What are we doing shirt-wise?
Red shirt on
Saturday.
When is that, Saturday? Saturday afternoon.
Yes.
And then Sunday we'll do the blue shirt.
Blue shirt. Makes sense.
We have 3 shirts each.
That's all we have. And then we're out. We're out. We have nothing. It's a good thing we don't have a game on Monday because we wouldn't have a shirt.
No. That's why they didn't schedule a game.
Right. We're out of shirts.
I'm sure they're en route, because
they have been in the mail for quite some time. Four in a row retired by Lackey. 2 down in the 5th. Revere will bunt it back at Lackey. Throws to first, and another impressive inning for Lackey. He seems to be getting more comfortable as the game goes on. We're halfway through this game. All time. establishment, IMG Academy in Rington, Florida. Nessa.com/IMG for your chance to win. Youngster Red Sox Nation down here at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Not the happiest, but the game's tied 1-1.
Be a lot happy when the Red Sox get a couple more runs. Doesn't like tie games.
Last of the fifth inning, Cole Hamels back on the mound here for the Philadelphia Phillies. Daniel Nava, Jose Iglesias, and Jacoby Ellsbury scheduled to bat in the inning. And there for strike one to Nava. Supplied the Red Sox lone run with a sacrifice fly in the second inning to left field. It plated Will Middlebrooks and tied the game 1-1.
I know you mentioned it earlier, Don, but I'd like to send my birthday wishes to Bill Titus, who had a nice little celebration in the lunchroom prior to the ball game tonight.
Very nice. The other cameraman decided to get him a cake.
Yep, there he is, 32 years old, Bill Titus.
To short, Rollins with a long throw. It's picked by Mayberry Jr. Nicely done. He retired Nava for the first out of the fifth inning.
Now that's one as a shortstop. You better point at your first baseman. Thank him very much for making that pick, because you probably would have had an error if he does not make it. There's the ground ball by Nava, hit pretty well. A long throw for Rollins as he's going back toward the outfield grass, but he's going to bounce it. Nice backhanded play at first base by Mayberry.
One down, 5 in a row, retired by Hamels, and taking a hack is Iglesias, sending it foul to the right. As they flied out to center field in the second inning. Bunt dead and a good one down the third baseline. Young will have nothing to do with it.
More of that, please. Iglesias takes a peek down at third base. He sees Michael Young playing deep. That's a gimme right there. No chance at all for Michael Young to make a play on it. Just get the ball on the ground, get it somewhere toward third base, and you got yourself a base hit.
So the Red Sox collect their fourth hit. First base hit of the night for Iglesias. 1 out, 1 on. And Jacoby Ellsbury, the batter, his third at bat of the night. Ellsbury's lined out to second and grounded out to second. Foul off to the left, 2-1.
That's the kind of pitch right there that frustrates Ellsbury. He got himself in a nice count, 2 balls, no strikes. He fairly confident he's going to get the fastball from Hamill, lefty against lefty. He gets it right down the middle, but fouls it back.
Swing and a miss. That one's by Ellsbury.
That's that changeup again. Very good one from Hamels. He'll throw it to left-handers. He'll throw it to right-handers. It doesn't matter. This one working down and in. And Ellsbury over the top of it.
Swing and a miss. Gets out by Ellsbury that time, and it's a 4th strikeout for Hamels. 2 down in the inning. Well, the Hockey East playoffs have reached the semifinals, and tomorrow night the Garden will be rocking with 2 fabulous matchups live right here on Nesson. First and 5, Providence tries to upend 5th-ranked UMass Lowell. And at 8, another chapter in the battle of the Commonwealth Avenue teams is written when BU and BC face off. The two winners will then play for the Hockey East Championship Saturday. The coverage will start live at 6:30. Don't miss the final weekend of College Hockey's premier conference right here on NESN. So you follow that, Jerry, right? If one team wins, it moves on, and then the other team goes home.
I get that.
Okay.
Yeah, I get that, Don.
And one could be Jack Parker's last go around in Hockey East. Runner takes off, throw down to first base as they got him picked off and get him. So Iglesias retired as Hamels went to first, and then Mayberry Jr. down to second. Wins things here in the 5th inning. Red Sox run into an out. Score tied up 1-1 as we get ready for the top of the 6th inning. Jamie Erdahl standing by with tonight's starter, John Lackey.
Yeah, John, 4th start under your belt. Jerry Remy mentioned he's been pretty impressed with your velocity thus far. How do you feel like your progression through spring training has gone?
It's going pretty well. I'm pretty happy with my command more than anything at this point. I'm pounding the strike zone pretty good, throwing a lot of strikes, and the arm strength is getting there.
Your dad visited spring training recently. He told me it was his first time down because he recently retired as a high school baseball coach. What was that experience like?
It was fun. He was pretty much in heaven down here. He likes golf and baseball, so he was pretty happy.
You said you were just taking off right now to go watch some basketball in the clubhouse. Who you got Final Four?
I think I got Louisville winning one of mine and Indiana winning one of mine. So
all right. We'll keep an eye on it. Thanks, John.
Well, that was tonight's Inside Word, brought to you by Bob's Discount Furniture. John Lackey with a successful outing tonight. 4 hits in 5 innings. 1 run, didn't walk anybody, and struck out a batter. Departs in a 1-1 game. As Pete Orr will lead it off here against the new Red Sox pitcher Andrew Miller. 7 games during the spring without a record of 2.70 earned run average for Miller. Andrew Miller, 27 years old, turned 28 in May. And has appeared in the major leagues in all 7 seasons since becoming a first-round pick by the Tigers back in 2006. Deal with Pete Orr, Jimmy Rollins, and Michael Young expected to bat here for the Phillies in the inning. Swing and a miss, and Orr strikes out. Nice start to Andrew Miller's outing.
And once he gets ahead, he goes to that nasty slider and a very, very uncomfortable swing there by Orr. I mean, lefties against Andrew Miller, a very difficult chore.
One down here in the 6th inning, and 6 in a row retired by Red Sox pitching. Here's Jimmy Rollins, who looks at strike 1. Rollins with a double in the first inning, grounded out in the third, a 1-for-2 night. Last year for the Red Sox, appearing in 53 games, 3-2, with a 3.35 earned run average. Of course, making 12 starts for the Red Sox in 17 overall appearances, 6-3 with the Red Sox in 2011. Last year exclusively out of the pen. Joel Hanrahan, Red Sox closer. Moment in the pen. Pierce will be on next inning. Rollins backs out. Stepping back out of the way of a pitch down and in. In the big league since 2000 with the Philadelphia Phillies. Last year hit 250 in 156 games for the Phillies. 3-2 is in there for strike three. Nice pitch from Miller, 2 down.
Yeah, one thing you're doing right there is sitting on a fastball on a 3-2 count, and he did not get it. He gets the breaking ball from Miller. And Rollins just caught looking. That's when you tip your cap to the pitcher and make your way back to the dugout.
Well, you won't have to wait till next inning to see Joel Hanrahan, it appears. Looks like Miller's going to be done after facing two batters, Pete Orr and Jimmy Rollins. Both down by way of decay, and Hanrahan makes his way in. So we'll step aside with the game tied 1-1 with for the opening homestand of the 2013 season as the Baltimore Orioles visit Fenway Park for a pregame series starting with a home opener April 8th through April 11th. Action continues April 12th through Marathon Monday on the 15th as the Sox battle Tampa Bay. Get your tickets for these great matchups at redsox.com/tickets. Fans filling up JetBlue Park with their tickets tonight here at Fenway South. And Red Sox and Phillies are tied up 1-1 as lots of action in the month of April for the Red Sox. A lot of home games in the month of April for the Red Sox coming up after beginning the season in New York, and then Toronto home against Baltimore, as we mentioned, and Tampa Bay. On the road briefly against the Cleveland Indians for 3 and back home again against the Kansas City Royals. So we'll be at Fenway Park as the 2013 campaign gets underway. Michael Young stands in, and Joel Hanrahan out of the Red Sox pen. The Red Sox closer working in with 2 outs and the bases empty in the 6th. His 8th appearance of the spring. Higher run average so far for him, a .300 opponent batting average. A strike for Hanrahan, evens the count at 1-1.
Just had a look at that schedule, and of course the Red Sox starting on the road. The second road trip to Cleveland, and Don already has the suits picked out for that trip. Sick man.
Actually, I'm going to be honest with you. I do not have Cleveland yet figured out.
But you have Cleveland on your mind.
I have Cleveland on my mind, but I have New York and Toronto already taken care of. That's done. Because we had to do that before we even left.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's already been taken care of.
I actually took care of that the week that I went home.
Oh, you did? Oh, so that's nice. I had to take care of what January 1st is when I started looking at the suits. So that's all taken care of. Ties are picked. Everything's done for New York and Toronto. And Cleveland, as soon as I get home, that'll be dealt with right then. Because that's going to be a 3-game series, and Cleveland is a short road trip.
That's a one-suitcase trip.
Maybe not. I'm not sure I ever have a one-suitcase trip.
How can you why would you possibly need 2 suitcases to go to Cleveland for 3 days?
The reason is that I have a garment bag for the suits, and I don't like to put my suits in my regular bag because they get squished. So I end up having to have 2 bags, even if it is a 3-day trip. I can't downsize. I don't know. How do you do it? You just shove it all in?
Yep, and then iron it when we get there. That's all.
We could make it the all-blue blazer trip, which you've done before.
You know what I really wanted to do this year?
Do it first trip?
I wanted to do it the whole season on the road.
The whole season?
Yes. Blue blazer every single game. That would save a lot in packing.
Yes, it would. 3-2 is in the air to right field. Victorino moves over towards the line and makes the catch that ends things in the 6th inning. A combined effort between Andrew Miller and Joel Hanrahan. 5.5 done from JetBlue Park. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball on NESN is presented to you by Southwest Airlines. Find our fares online and only at southwest.gov. A nice night at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. The game tied 1-1 to the bottom of the 6th inning. Some changes for the Phillies. Darren Ruff in the game in left field now for Philadelphia. And a new shortstop. Hesky Bencourt into the game for the Phils as he takes over for Jimmy Rollins. Bencourt, the former Seattle Mariner and Kansas City Royal. Cole Hamels is working here into the 6th inning, and why not? He's pitched very well tonight. Giving up just the 1 run on 4 hits. He has given up only 2 hits since the 2nd inning. As a pitch in there for a strike to Shane Victorino, his former teammate with Philadelphia. Victorino manning center field as a member of the Phillies. It's a towering foul ball down the left field line out of play. Ben Cherington will be joining us in the top of the 7th inning here from JetBlue Park. General manager will be checking in. Already heard from the manager tonight, John Farrell. 0-2 to Victorino. The breaking ball drops in there for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Hamels.
He has been very, very good tonight. Once again, that give-up curveball, the right-hander gives up on it because it looks like it's going to be outside, breaks, and picks up the outside corner. See how far on that front foot Victorino was on that breaking ball.
One down in the 6th inning brings up Dustin Pedroia. He's been on twice tonight. A walk and a single for Pedroia tonight. Goes around. Very defensive swing. 2-1. Five strikeout night for Cole Hamels. He has walked only one and goes back in the 1st inning to the man at the plate, Dustin Pedroia. Takes a look at ball 3. Second walk of the night for Pedroia against Hamels.
And the 3rd time that Dustin has been on tonight. 2 walks, a single in the ball game for him.
They're keeping Jackie Bradley Jr. if Ortiz goes on the DL. Gage Gomes and bam. Works for pushy YY71. I think I missed a Y.
I think there was one more Y in there.
One more Y,
I think there was.
No hashtag Sox moves tonight. You can be part of the conversation. This one sent foul off to the right out of play, and it's 1-1. Mike Napoli has fly to center and struck out.
See Johnny Gomes in his 10 seasons in the big leagues. Pretty well split right there. Designated hitter, 316 games. 312 games out in left field for Gomes. Question is, what will be the mix this year? Especially at the beginning of the season with David Ortiz not ready to go. Will Gomes be doing a lot of DHing?
Which I'd be interested to see what you think. I mean, it seems that for some guys, DHing just does not work out. They think too much about hitting. I mean, what is it that some guys just are not good DHing?
It's tough, you know. I think it's tough for guys that, you know, are used to playing every day, where they have all that time in between where, you know, they're at bats and trying to figure out ways to stay loose, get some swings down in the batting cage. I think it's much easier today because you have advantages of having a batting cage that you can probably use.
Well, around the horn they go to end the inning. Ben Cherington, as we mentioned, will be joining us in the 7th. When we come back to JetBlue Park. Red Sox Spring Training Baseball in Nesson is brought to you by Jordan's Furniture. Jordan's is your official Beauty Rest headquarters and official furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Beautiful night tonight at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Roll along to the 7th inning. Game tied 1-1. And as promised, the general manager of the Boston Red Sox, Ben Cherington, kind enough to join us in the booth. And how is spring going so far for you? It's been pretty quiet, it appears.
Yeah, well, it's almost quieter maybe from distance than it feels inside.
Maybe a little louder inside.
It's been good. There's been a lot of good things, a lot of encouraging things on the field, some good performances from our younger players, some good pitching, and I think the bats are getting ready for opening day, and so it's been encouraging.
We talked to John Farrell earlier in the ball game, and the starting pitching has really been good down here in spring training. You have to be very pleased with the way things are going there.
Yeah, I think Juan Nieves has really come in and had some specific things that he wanted the guys to try to take into the games, and they've done that. And we've seen a better pace, a little bit more aggressive. So it's been encouraging. Of course, all these things are a little bit harder to do once the season starts and the intensity ratchets up. But there's been a lot of good work done, and we've seen guys take it into the game.
That's like we saw from John Lackey tonight and so far this spring.
Very encouraging. He's feeling great, first of all, and you can tell just watching him walk around the complex and in the clubhouse. He's feeling good about himself. Knows he can do the things that he once was able to do, before the injury. And it just looks like every time out there he gets a little bit more comfortable. You start seeing him do things in counts that maybe he wouldn't have done 2 years ago, pitching backward. His velocity keeps creeping up. He was, 92 range tonight. So it's been very encouraging. We're happy with how he looks.
And Mike Napoli over at first base, looks like that transition has gone very smooth for him.
Yeah, this has been a labor of love for Brian Butterfield, our new third base coach, and they hit it off before spring training, and Mike's really put a lot of time in. He knew that first base was going to end up being his primary position. He didn't want to just be a first baseman. He wanted to be able to take pride in it. He's really worked hard, and he's made some great plays this spring.
Ben, everybody asking about Jackie Bradley Jr. We've heard it every day. It's been an ongoing conversation. How hard is it to maybe put a guy on a team and not have him play every day? I mean, I know you don't want to hurt his development at all if he is not going to be in a situation where he plays every day up here, I think.
Yeah, I think the standard for a young player like that, one that we, really feel is going to be a really good everyday major leaguer, is that, you really probably shouldn't be in the big leagues unless there's an everyday job. So I think that's the standard we're going to hold, and we've got some decisions to make. There's no doubt that we got a bunch of guys competing still for 2 or 3 spots on the position player side, depending on David's situation. And we're fighting the calendar a little bit with David and Stephen Drew. So there's a bunch of guys competing for those last 2 or 3 spots, and ultimately we're going to try to make the best decision and also try to put the best team on the field. But he's had a terrific camp, and I think proven to a lot of people that already knew this, but proven to a lot of people that didn't know him as well, that he's an exciting player and a guy that Red Sox fans have a lot to look forward to watching.
Well, David Ortiz, we talked a little bit to John Farrell about him. Where do you see him right now in his coming back, and what stage is he at?
He's making progress. He's been hitting in the cage. He's doing more and more aerobic activity, conditioning activity. So progress. He's feeling better. The soreness is going away. But we're still going to take a little time. We got to ramp him up to a running progression and get him real live at bat. So he's gonna really tell us more than anything when he's ready.
Well, Ben, we thank you for stopping by. Greatly appreciate it. Good
pleasure, guys. Thanks.
Ben Cherington, general manager of the Red Sox. 1-1 the score as we head to the last half of the 7th inning back at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. Both teams with 4 hits, neither team with a biscuit. We just met with Ben Cherington and seeing a lot of good talent this spring. Some tough decisions ahead. And certainly Jackie Bradley Jr., one of them, as Ben just said. And certainly the fans agreeing and those who are checking in on Twitter tonight. And it is a tough decision, Jerry. You talked to him about the fact that you're looking at a situation where you want a guy to play every day and you don't want to have his development get in the way of what your need is right now. And I just wonder whether or not he could play every day. The Red Sox have a spot for him.
I think a lot depends on what happens, how they break this thing down the last couple of weeks. I think, the organization may feel that he's ready to be an everyday player. The question is that position going to be available for him every day? And if it's not, you have to go back to the minor leagues to keep refining your skills. As we've talked about this all spring, and it's been really worn out. The fact that when you let a young player with that much talent, you're not going to bring him up and sit him on the bench. You got to have him play. And if it's not going to be at the major league level, it's going to be at the AAA level until a spot opens up.
Well, Middlebrooks leading it off here. New pitcher for the Phillies. And Middlebrooks will pop it up to shallow center field. Revere coming in. Galvis going out. It's Revere who takes over in center field for the first out of the 7th. Let's check back in with Jamie Erdahl.
Yeah, Don, we've been having a lot of fun on Twitter. I hope people have seen their tweets popping up on the bottom of their screen. Now the one you want. Hashtag Ask Jerry. You can ask Jerry Remy anything baseball or non-baseball related.
Always fun. You never know what's going to happen.
Oh, this segment sometimes becomes very dangerous.
Yes.
And actually, we had a lot of fun with that segment last year.
Then it became one of our most popular rain delay aspects. That was really dangerous. We sat there.
We were killing a lot of time in rain delays.
Yes. Somebody tweeting to Ask Jerry right now. Get a question? It was actually Inciordi in center field who made that catch. Revere has been placed in center. And Johnny Gomes now bats 1 for 2 tonight. He singled in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Stutz, the new Phillies pitcher, takes over for Cole Hamels, who with the first 6 innings of the game. Holmes will pop it up right side. 2 down in the inning. The fans, now is your chance to win a 2-year lease of the luxurious all-wheel drive Buick LaCrosse and a Nesson fan experience of your choice. Visit experiencebuicksweepstakes.com by April 30th to register for a chance to win and get details on how to receive a $50 gift card for test driving any new Buick.
Well, Don, let me ask you, how does it feel to be this deep into the ballgame?
Without having to step aside?
Yes.
I feel pretty good. I don't feel like I'm quite stretched out yet, if that's what you're asking.
Yeah, I got that question on radio the other day, if you felt like you were ready to go. And
No, I don't. I'm in the 7th inning, and I'm dragging a little bit. And the reason is I haven't been able to do a full 9 in a while, so right now I'm feeling like it's the 7th inning, when a lot of times I should feel like it's the 5th or 6th. They're not worried, but I feel it. My throat's a little tingly.
You got to fight.
Tired.
It's a dead-on period. You got to fight through it. You got to fight through it.
Kind of hanging right now. I don't know. I mean, this is spring training still, but I'm a little deep into spring training to be spent in the 7th inning. I don't have a lot left, but I'm in a rally. That's where you reach down deep.
That's right. That's what all the great ones do.
Yeah. 2 outs in the inning. Someone asked you about whether or not I was stretched out in spring training?
Yes, yes.
Three and 1 to Jared Saltalamacchia. Fly to left in the 2nd, struck out swinging in the 4th. There's ball 4 and Saltalamacchia down to first base. 3rd walk given up by Phillies pitching tonight. This one comes with 2 outs in the inning. Now with a sac fly in the 2nd inning, producing the Red Sox only run. Grounded out to shortstop in the 5th. first 6 innings of this game for the Phillies. 4 hits and 1 run. And sac fly off the bat of Nava. Ended up striking out 5, and he walked 2. And a very good outing tonight for Hamels. That's high, and it's 2-0. All of a sudden, Stutz has lost his way here. Ends up walking Saltalamacchia, falling behind Nava now, 2-0.
And very quickly, Ruiz out to speak to him to get him back throwing strikes, make the Red Sox swing the bat to beat him. Juan Nieves, of course, the Red Sox pitching coach, next to Dustin Pedroia, and talked about the pace of the pitching staff, and that has been a noticeable difference this spring, where all the starting pitchers have worked at a very quick pace. And as we've talked about in the past, that ball gets by Ruiz and Saltalamacchia in the scoring position. As I jump into play-by-play. I think that comes from his time with the White Sox, working with Don Cooper over there in Chicago, who has his pitches work very quickly, and I think that's probably a theory that they use over there that he's brought with him to the Red Sox, and I think the pitches have adjusted very nicely to it.
Especially Clay Buchholz, who has really picked it up and has had very good success during the spring. Little missed ball 4, and down to first base goes Nava. So back-to-back walks allowed by Stutz. I know as an infielder, you certainly appreciated a guy who worked quickly.
Absolutely. Defensively out there, you want guys to work quickly. It keeps you on your toes, keeps you in the game mentally. And you seem to have a tendency to make better plays.
And as a baseball analyst, you seem to appreciate it also.
Well, I think we can both agree on that.
Pitch missing, low for ball 1. Pitch runner at second base as Matty Johnson will pinch run here. Jared Saltalamacchia. Jose Iglesias batting, and he takes a pitch up high, 2-0 as Stutz running into trouble here. Got 2 quick outs, but all of a sudden he's walked back-to-back batters and falls behind the number 9 man. Iglesias 2-0. Red Sox trying to push ahead the go-ahead run here in a 1-1 tie in the 7th inning. That's strike 2 and 1.
So this will be a good confidence-building at bat for Iglesias. He's already got a base hit in the game on a bunt. Now you got a man in scoring position with 2 outs. If you can drive him in, give your team the lead, that builds confidence.
This one fouled off to the right. We have our first Ask Jerry question of the night. And the question is, who do you consider funnier, you or me?
I don't think either. I think a lot of people don't think either one of us is very funny.
That could be true, too, yeah. How about neither?
Yeah, I don't
Funny at all, really.
I think it's a team thing, you know?
Yeah. We can be funny together.
Pretty boring by itself.
Ben Cordell shoveled to second. It's not in time, and around comes Johnson, and the Red Sox will take the lead on a bang-bang play at the plate. And Johnson just kept coming around. His reaching at second base was Nava going in hard. Ben couldn't get it there in time, and the Red Sox take the lead.
A very strange way to get a run. It looked like it was going to be an easy out to end the inning. Instead, the great hustle at first base by Nava will beat this play at second base. And the second baseman right there, Galvis, he thinks he's got the 3rd out of the inning. Instead, that run keeps coming around. And a nice slided home play by Johnson. Johnson hustling all the way like you should. And that grabs the Red Sox the lead. So very bizarre way to get the lead in the ball game. That's just good hustle on both parts. Daniel Nava going into second base, and Johnson scoring the run.
Well, the walk's really a problem in the inning for Stutz. He walked 2 with 2 outs, leading to the go-ahead run here for the Red Sox on top in the 7th inning. Chance to do more damage here is Jacoby Ellsbury. So a quiet night at the plate, 0 for 3. And again, Stutz behind 2-0.
wouldn't be surprised right here if Ellsbury has a green light. Now, whether he uses it, I don't know. But the fact is, in this situation, working against the right hand, it'd be a good time to give it to him.
Bases are loaded. Stutz has walked 3 now in the inning. So bases loaded now for the Red Sox, and a visit to the mound here for the Phillies. IMG Academy in Bradenton, Florida has trained some of the world's top athletes. Now it's your turn. Go to NESN.com/IMG for your chance to win a free week of youth sports camp. Nice night tonight at JetBlue Park at Fenway South. We play here in the last half of the 7th. Red Sox have grabbed the go-ahead run, now looking to push across some insurance. So the bases loaded, 2-out opportunity.
Those Ask Jerry questions just filing in. I think we got 4 of them.
We don't want to use all 4 rapid fire. Let's hold off. Here's Shane Victorino. We already got 1, so that means there's only 3 left.
3 left.
Spins around, leaps and can't get it. 1 run is in. Here comes another for the Red Sox. This may clear the bases, and does. It'll be a triple for Victorino. And the Red Sox take a 5-1 lead. Oh, blast to right. Organ all twisted up, ends up over his head, started over the wrong shoulder.
Yeah, he really did. He did not get a good jump on that ball at all. It was a rocket off the bat of Victorino, this time hitting from the left side of the plate for the first time tonight. And you can see right there, Orr having difficulty with it. Gets over his head, 3-run score. And you can thank Daniel Nava for this big inning, hustling the second base to beat that force play to keep the inning alive. Small things in the game, but Nava did it well.
Victorino drives in 3. A tough outing for Stutz, who ends up walking 3. They all score. And the Phillies making a pitching change here with 2 outs in the inning. Stutz got the first 2 outs quickly to begin the inning, but since then the Red Sox put together 4 runs very quickly. So Nesseth into the game here for the Phillies. Send it down to Jamie Erdahl.
Down here with Mike Napoli. Mike, coming off an off-season where you had a hip injury, how has your progress been going so far through spring training?
It's been going good. You know, just taking the process of, getting out there, getting my legs under me. I don't feel anything with my hips right now, so everything's going good, and I'm just trying to get my legs under me and going from there.
As a new member of this team, how is it going coming together at this point as you near opening day?
It's going good. We're all getting our work in, and when we get out there, we're taking it serious and playing as a team. So when you get a bunch of guys playing together, it's going to go good.
All right, well, thank you for your time, and good luck to Miami in the Final Four.
All right, Jamie, well, Mike Napoli's night is over. He's had a good spring for the Red Sox, couple of home runs. The Red Sox have a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th inning as they continue to bat, and Pedroia will be batting against the new pitcher, Michael Nesseth, who's come in here for Philadelphia.
Well, you look at the little things in this inning as Jason Varitek talking with Saltalamacchia, and Saltalamacchia getting it started with a walk after 2 outs, another walk to Nava, the hustle play by Daniel Nava going in at second base to beat that to force out what should have been the final out of the inning. Red Sox score a run, then they open it up with a Victorino triple to drive in 3.
Coming up is Dustin Pedroia. Victorino at third base with 2 outs in the inning. Pedroia's been aboard 3 times tonight as he takes strike 1. All of his at-bats prior to this against Cole Hamels, the Phillies starter tonight. He did well, walking twice and singling in the game tonight. Look out, almost ducked into that. 1-1. Did he go? No. So they check at first base, Bob Davidson. The 8th member of the Red Sox to bat here in the inning, Lyle Overbay, has come out on deck here. He'll be batting Mike Napoli's spot. 2-1 is to right, and that is a fair ball. Down to the right field corner. Rose scores from third. And Pedroia into second base with an RBI double that puts the Red Sox on top 6-1.
Now, Pedroia's had quite a night, been on base 4 times. A walk, a single, a walk, and now the double to drive in a run. Something off speed that time from Neseth. And right down that right field line, wrapping around, laid back in by Orr.
That's a night for Dustin Pedroia. Ryan Dent will take over for him running at second base. So Dent at second as this inning continues for the Red Sox. 9th member of the Sox to bat here in the 7th, and it is Lyle Overbay. Mike Napoli tonight had been 0 for 3, flying out, striking out, and grounding into a double play. The run that just scored was charged to Stutz, who in 2/3 of an inning he is charged with 5 runs. It's after he got the first 2 outs quickly in the inning, but walked 3, ran into some control problems, and Red Sox took advantage. That's a strike, and it's 2-1. 2 strikes to Lyle Overbay. Bats is the 9th member of the Red Sox to bat in the inning. Last year pitched at Single-A Clearwater in the Florida State League. Well, he strikes out Overbay to end the inning, but the Red Sox able to score 5 times in the inning. None of it would have happened if not for the hustle of Daniel Nava getting into second base and giving the Red Sox a chance. They get the chance now as this 6-1, the Red Sox have the lead over the Philadelphia Phillies. We get ready for the top of the 8th. Big bottom of the 7th inning for Boston, scoring 5 times in the inning. Koji Uehara comes into the game for the Red Sox, works out to be their 5th pitcher of the game. And after Miller, Hanrahan, Bailey, and after Lackey started the game, it's Uehara, his 8th spring appearance, has not given up a run. 7 strikeouts and 2 walks, and opponents hitting at .087 against Uehara. Part of the Red Sox bullpen, and Ben Cherington and John Farrell talked about a couple guys vying still for the bullpen spots for the Red Sox to get down the last week of spring training. The new battery made as Daniel Butler takes in behind the dish here for the Red Sox. Saltalamacchia's night is over. Galvis taking a strike, leading it off here for the Phillies. Galvis 1 for 2 tonight. He tripled back in the 2nd inning and grounded out in the 5th. To right field. And falling fast. That'll drop in for a base hit. Send it down to Jamie Erdahl.
Well, earlier in spring training, Don, we noticed that Jared Saltalamacchia had white fingernails when he was catching. We thought it was whiteout, but it's actually a product called Game Signs. It's a baseball signal enhancement stickers, and it helps him to show signs to his pitchers clearly when they're on the mound. And when I talked to him, he said he did used to use whiteout, he used to use tape, but it got a little messy. So he started putting these stickers on his fingers, and I was able to put them on. And I thought, you know, Don and Jerry, we could use them. Maybe 1 when you want to throw down to me, 2 if you want to throw to a promo, and let's flash a little 3 if you guys have a foul ball coming your way.
It's not a bad idea. That way we have signs there. I don't know if we have time, but this one is fouled off to the right. I mean, it's something we got to think about.
Well, things have gotten very fancy. I mean, they've gone from nail polish to, you know, these things that are made now. And
what? And I need some stickers from you guys up there when the foul ball's coming my way.
Yeah, I think a foul ball is more dangerous in your direction than it is for us by the time it gets to us, especially at home at Fenway Park.
Plus, we get more scared than you do.
Rightfully so, Don.
They're their first strike, and it's 0-2. And Franzen batting here for the Phillies. I would imagine it's, with the lighting also in spring training, different than the Major League ballparks at night across the majors, and a lot of the ballparks that we go to, especially on the road down here in spring training, that it's helpful. There's a balk charge to Uehara. And to second base goes Galvis.
I think he separated his hands. We'll take another look at it and see. Uehara doesn't know quite what he did. He's trying to get an explanation from the second base umpire. Let's see. Now, there's a little movement right there down. That's he came up to a stop, and he stopped one more time as he dipped that glove just a little bit. Could have gone either way.
So the bat goes flying and the ball goes foul.
Defensive changes for the Red Sox. New right fielder number 25, Ryan Sweeney. First base, Lyle Overbeck remains in the game. New third baseman number 76, Jonathan Diaz. The new second baseman, the new center fielder number 32, Lyle Diaz. The new left fielder number 21, Manny Johnson. And the new catcher number 16, Daniel Butler. Pitching number 19, PHI AT BOS.
2 will miss, and it's 1-2. Center fielder Bermudez, a step or 2 towards right center. Swings and strikes out. Uehara gets him for the first out of the 8th. Majority of the 4 questions we received tonight, it's time for question number 2. Don't you think the Red Sox historically tend to keep guys in the minors too long?
I don't think so. You know, I think in an age where guys get to the big leagues maybe too quickly, I think it's wise to keep them in there a little bit longer to get some experience. You know, I think a lot of teams rush young players to the big leagues today, and they're not big league ready to play. You know, they may have the physical skills, but they don't have the fundamentals down as well as maybe they should have, and that's something you learn at the minor league level. But I don't think they're guilty of keeping guys in the minors too long.
I think they were a while ago, if you think back to the Wade Boggs days and some of the guys that stayed down there a long time before they came up.
Yeah, but they also, a lot of those clubs had a lot of veteran players on them, too, and there weren't many jobs available at that time. Mm-hmm. You know, they were positions that were pretty much taken all across the board. And the Red Sox, historically, have had teams that, you know, when you come to spring training, they're pretty well set. And there really are not many positions that are available or open to young players.
Last year was kind of rare, and then you remember coming to spring training was between Mike Aviles and Jose Iglesias at the time. It was going to be the shortstop, and being Aviles most of the year.
Right.
But that is pretty rare. And this year, the injury to Stephen Drew, the concussion situation, has added to that a little bit. As this one is popped up left side as Diaz into the game at third base will make the catch for the second out of the inning. Future minor leaguer, hoping to be rushed to the big leagues by the Red Sox.
I would say would probably need more seasoning, just a little bit more.
Not quite ready. I'm hungry too as we move along here with 2 outs in the 8th.
Well, you had dinner at 4:30.
I've got to space this out much better. I'm eating way too early, I think. But I'm eating a lot. I know that before games. 2 down in the inning, and a swing and a miss for Pete Orr. He singled in the first, grounded out in the third, and struck out in the 6th inning. Fooled again, and it's 0-2. A tough time with Uehara. Swing and a miss, and Uehara does a nice job after the leadoff single. The Red Sox are coming up, enjoying a 5-run lead. You could pair together 2 great Red Sox games at Fenway Park this season, including a Yankees or summer weekend game with double play pack ticket package. Visit redsox.com/double play to create your package now. Very ready to be tested again. So
yes, I'm ready, Don.
There we go. How many hot dogs do you predict to give away this season?
Well, we started that last year, and I was giving them away to, if you had a sign and it was your first game and it was a young kid coming to their first game, we should treat them to a hot dog. And I'm sure we have a lot of kids coming to games for the first time this year, and we'll do the best we can to get them a hot dog.
Took care of a lot of kids last year coming to the ballpark. Ryan Sweeney leading it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Sweeney coming into the game for Shane Victorino in right field. There's a one hopper to third. Pick there and the throw to first in time. The first out here in the bottom of the 8th. Brings up Diaz, the third baseman. Jonathan Diaz coming to bat here for the Red Sox. One out in the last of the 8th inning. Diaz last year spending the year in New Hampshire and Las Vegas. AA and AAA, the Toronto Blue Jays organization, signed by the Red Sox, minor league free agent. Played mostly at AAA, 95 games, hitting .240 in Las Vegas. Johnson waiting on deck as Diaz bats here with one out in the 8th. Of the game here for the Phillies, their 5th pitcher of the night. Flying into left field for Diaz. One out single for Jonathan Diaz. Well, that's the Daily is your place to get caught up on everything you need to know about your favorite New England sports. Adam Peller and Leah Hextall will update you on all your favorite teams and players, including March Madness, recap of Bruins and Red Sox action from tonight, hockey semifinal preview. All that and more tonight at 10 p.m. on NESN Daily. One out, one on as Matty Johnson bats and takes ball 1. Johnson playing in Lowell and in Salem last year. Sends one towards second base. The second for one to first, and it's in time for a double play. This thing's in the 8th. We're going to the 9th inning at JetBlue Park. Red Sox leading by 5. Back at JetBlue Park in Fort Myers, Florida, as we get ready for the top half of the ninth inning. Red Sox and Phillies playing into the ninth, 6-1. Red Sox on top. Big picture for the Red Sox. Anthony Carter comes into the game. AAA last year, 39 games, 4-6 with a 4.60 earned run average. 54 Ks and 62 and 2/3 innings for Carter. And AAA last year spent in Charlotte those 39 games. He's never pitched in the big leagues. Last he has got his AAA, and that was last year for Anthony Carter. He comes in to work the ninth inning. Red Sox trying to finish off the Phillies. Yuniesky Betancourt to lead it off here for the Phillies in the ninth. Betancourt came in the seventh inning. Batting for the first time tonight. Took over for Jimmy Rollins at shortstop for the Phillies. And there for strike one. Uehara gave up a single to begin things in the eighth, charged with a balk, but then he quickly got rid of the Phillies. 1-2-3, 2 strikeouts and a foul out as he went to business in the eighth inning, and very quickly out of that inning. Uehara continues to be very impressive during spring training. He's done everything right so far down here. He's generally done that during the regular season as well. Very good reliever. Sounds like he broke his bat. Grounder softly to short. Diaz on the run and in time for the out. One down in the ninth. Let's ask Jerry our final question of the night. Should fans pay attention to spring training stats? Are they a good predictor of the regular season success? Good question.
Absolutely not, no. There's so many different things in spring training. You're not facing the quality of pitching that you're going to face during the season. Pitchers are trying to get themselves in shape for the season. I pay attention more toward the last week, and I like to see guys, playing to season-type performances in the last week of spring training. Just for more than anything else, to give them a good feeling going into the season. We could take all the stats of spring training and throw them right out the window, because all we know when opening day starts is totally different.
Have you had a situation where you had a terrible spring training that started the year very well, or vice versa?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yes. And I think most players have, where they've really struggled during spring training. You go in wondering, my head spinning a little bit. Am I going to be able to get off to a good start? All of a sudden, bing, you come out the first day, you get 2 hits, 3 hits, and you're off and running. So, you've seen the other way. You've seen guys have great springs and get off to terrible starts. So, when the bell rings, as they say, everything changes.
Ball 2 strikes here to Mitchell with 1 out in the ninth inning. I lied. There is apparently another Ask Jerry question. I said that was the final one of the night, but they're still coming up with them. They never end. 2-2 pitch coming here to Mitchell with 1 out, bases empty. And he strikes out. 2 down in the ninth. Our viewers with a tough question here, Jerry. I don't think I can answer. What is the electrical box wide open behind you in the booth?
It should be closed. The decoration of the booth, the neatness of the booth is really taking a hit, as you can see, with all those wires coming out of the box. But
what do they do? Any ideas? Because I have no idea.
I'm sure that sets up our monitors and our audio and It's actually a junction box television is what it is. And it really should be closed because we like neatness in the booth.
And it doesn't look very good open. I mean, it's very messy.
But it does look like how hard, our techs have to work to get this booth prepared for a ball game.
There's a lot of wires. I don't know how they tell what goes to what and where and where. And I could barely set up the television unless all of that. You know who that drives nuts? Our director, Michael Narachi. He does not like wiring of any sort to be seen.
No, he doesn't.
So if you see a box full of wires, I mean, he's down there just going crazy. He will never show that.
No, Michael gets so upset at times that I've seen him have tartar sauce in his head.
He's broken a fork before. He's been so mad.
Broken a fork eating, and tartar sauce went all over the top of his head.
Remember that?
That was opening day in Tampa Bay.
Yes.
So you got to keep Michael happy.
This wire is driving him crazy right now. I don't have it behind my back. It's in front. In the dirt, and the count is 3-1. He hates that. Whenever they shoot the booth, you have your you're going to fool people. You're not wearing a headset.
Right.
I'm not wearing a headset. I'll put this behind me. You'll never know that I have a headset. See, look, now you don't know. Look how clean that is.
You never know.
What a difference.
Never really know.
3-1, line to left. This will get towards the corner. Johnson goes over to dig it out. And Ruff into second base with a 2-out double here in the ninth. We have Carlos Ruiz with 2 outs as Carter tried to finish off the Phillies with a 1-2-3 ninth inning with a 2-out double instead. I'd like to thank everybody who tweeted in tonight.
I'd like to thank everybody who watched tonight.
Yes. Look out. Hit with the pitch here is Carlos Ruiz. His catcher. Tough to tell where it got him.
No way Carlos Ruiz could get out of the way of that because it was a fastball that just kept tailing in. It was supposed to be away, but it got away from Carter, and you can see Ruiz right there getting it. Looked like maybe in the wrist area. He'll be taken out of the game immediately and get some ice on that. See if we can pick up where he got hit on this. Tough to tell.
So LaRue runs at first base as John Mayberry Jr. bats now with 2 outs in the ninth. Anthony Carter, after getting 2 quick outs, giving up a double and hit a batter. Left side. Puccini at third will make the catch and ends the ball game as the Red Sox are able to defeat the Philadelphia Phillies 6-1. Right, Jerry saw some good pitching, and it started with John Lackey, the starter.
Yeah, very good again. Lackey's had a very nice comeback spring for the Red Sox, and his command continues to get better and better. The use of all his pitches, his velocity has increased. Very nice job by Lackey in this game tonight.
Well, the Red Sox and Pittsburgh Pirates will play on Saturday. We hope you'll join us for that. And then Sunday, the Red Sox will travel to Clearwater to take on these Phillies once again. So tonight, the final score again. The Red Sox beat the Phillies 6-1. Have a good night, everybody.